emakhosini thokozani bogogo nomkhulu saluka sendoda esugogo bathini bathi umavula kuvala emzini mayamadoda ngixolise with the break I've taken, a long break that I've taken. I haven't been well. I was preparing some stuff, and you'll remember I disappeared immediately after my trip to Abu Dhabi, India, and Dubai. But I'm back, and I'm okay. I'm coping. I'm coping. Emotionally, no, I'm not okay. I won't lie to you. But I today's topic, it's something that I've spoken about for many times. Yeah, for many times I have spoken about it. But today I'm going to talk about it again, and hopefully it will reach the ears and the eyes and the hearts and the understanding of individuals. Today I would like to talk about a calling versus education. As I've said, I have spoken about this before, that I feel Uguti it's not reaching people the way it should be. Not the way I desire it to be, but the way it should be. I often hear parents coming here, Emambateni, Emakhosini, and say, we know our child has a calling, but we want a person that can assist us, Uguti, this calling to be delayed until the child finishes school. Then we don't have a problem about it. Then you have a child, or rather a former child, allow me to use that term, a former child, an adult, but you'll understand why I'm saying a former child, that comes and say, yes, I have a calling. I know when I was young, my parents delayed it and everything, but now I'm educated. I have all the qualifications of the industry that I want to work on and everything, but nothing happens. Then what? Then what do we say about that? Because now we're talking about a calling versus education. Allow me to educate you the same way I was educated. There was culture before Christianity. There was calling before education. There was culture before Christianity. There was calling before education. Get that right. People, we spoke about people who are comparing culture and Christianity. We're not about that now. For now, I'm talking about calling versus education. What is it that is a priority? What is it that you must prioritize as an individual or as parents? Let's start with parents. Because parents, they are the ones that are seeing things happening. I've told you before, my parents knew that I had a calling from birth. They knew about it. But bakhohlisana bodwa, and they thought, no, it won't come back. They've done everything in their powers, everything to stop it. Where I am now, I've lost so many things, so so many things in life because of what they did before when I was young. Would I do the same to my children? No, I won't. If my child now angavuka moya, an ancestor sends him or her to wherever for training of becoming a sangoma and everything and whatever, I'm going to support my child on the calling part of things 100%. If my child said, hey, Baba, can't you do something? I said, no, I won't do it. Because I know what it did to me. And we spoke about this. We have spoken about this. That's why we have so many people that are overqualified, but still they don't have work and they will never work. Why? Because of what was done to them. Other people, the jobs that they are doing, they don't even, not to qualify, they don't even, it's nothing. It's not what they've studied for. Yes. But they're doing it because of desperation. Why? Because of the wrongdoings. And even others, sometimes you grow up, your parents, they don't know. Genuinely, they don't know what you have a calling. They say, no, it's demon, he needs a prayer. Not that they know what you have a calling. They don't. They don't. Not every parent knows that you had a calling. Abanye, that genuinely their prayers very in the family. So it doesn't ring the bell to their ears to say, no, Usbanbani, umntana wethu ubathini has a calling. Other parents, they don't. Genuinely, they don't. But when, as you grow up and you get introduced to say, maybe you should go to for consultation. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do this. As you are doing that, then you realize that, yes, these people are telling me the correct thing. It makes sense what I'm going through. But still, because of you have taken the systematic education, wabeka phezulu, I have a degree, I have a diploma, I have a qualification in what, I have what. So I cannot accept these things of ancestors because it's under the grave. That's what you think. God is actually above you. Then life stops. Sometimes education fails you dismally. You go to school, I've never had a mark eklasini bekuthiwa number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Mina mangiphasile bengiba number 1 abogcina kulaba abazidom egcineni bekuba number 1 noma number 2 number 3 kulaba abasegcineni abafail abebengenzeka abafail bekuba number 1 wabo. Not la. I've never been an A student in my life. Ufunde, graduate, get married, get a good job, and life happens. You're driving a beautiful car. You're living in a good suburb, somewhere, Epalito and everything. You're living a good life. And a genuine life for that matter. You know, you went to school, you can justify it. You went to school, you have qualifications and everything, you are in demand. Then the calling is waiting somewhere in the corner, waiting for you somewhere in the corner. And it's gathering pressure to destroy you. Gather all these years, a calling is waiting somewhere. Because it's either somebody within your family, they know that you have a calling, or you know that you have a calling, but one of you is hiding it from each other. You wait. Then the calling end up taking a decision. The calling doesn't take a decision in anger. No, they take a decision when they are ready. When the ancestors decide, now we're going to close everything, they're not coming in anger, they are coming ready. And they put a stamp. And there's nothing and there's no one who can do anything about it unless they ask Oguti what should be done now. But they will destroy everything first. First, they will destroy everything. Everything. You resigned because of you promised a good job. You just wanted to stay home for at least a month or so because you have money. And the next thing, these guys are no longer calling. Then they send you an email with few words, few sentences. We are afraid you do not qualify to the criteria of a person you're looking for. Please apply for other positions that we have in our websites. Just like that. You were promised. Then after you're educated, you go to, you get lawyers, you submit letters. This is what they look, and I've got a letter of appointment. Those lawyers say what? They're chowing money now. Your ancestors, they took umsebenzi because you resigned and you're no longer working now. Now they're taking the money that you have. Now you're hiring lawyers. You're going in and out courts, labor courts, whatever, CCMA, whatever. They're now chowing that money. They're now getting into your family because now it shows in your family. You know, daddy is no longer driving that car. Mommy is no longer driving that car. They said it went for service. No, it will bank. It's not in for service. It's repossessed. And then something else happened. You know, you can't pay. You end up not able to afford to pay Wi-Fi. Then children start to feel now there's something wrong at home. They don't feel anything about food. You know, kids, if you give them anything that has to do with sugar and everything, they take time to realize that there's no curry at home. We actually don't have curry at home. We don't eat McDonald's for fun. It's for a purpose because there's no curry at home. There's still money, but it's going out. Why? It's a calling. And you're still stubborn with your education. Or when I'll fight this. I'll fight this. You're very confident because aren't you educated when? Yes. Then you fight it. I've got this. I've got this fight. Whoever who cares to listen to you, you show them files that you have, evidences that you have and everything. You're dealing with the government on its own, which is a calling, which is ancestors. It's a government, ancestral, it's government on its own. They take decision that the physical government cannot take. Then what? You're done. You have to relocate. Then you move from Palito, from the estate, you go to the decent flat. You move from decent flat, you go to a just normal flat. You move from a normal flat. Remember, as you are moving, you have to sell some of the furniture. You cannot move with a 5-bedroom furniture to a 3-bedroom flat. Hello. You're cutting. The cars you're cutting. Then later said, now let me start a small business. Then the reality comes in. Then you start a business and you have never even sold sweets at school. You know nothing about business. Then you spend another money, your last money, down the drain. Let me invest. There's this thing that they say you invest this much, you get this much. Let you invest, boom. Then what? Then what? You're done. Divorce comes in. Wife goes back at home. You lose everything. You go back to your back room. You were too educational. You didn't even think of building yourself a one rondavelle or a room at your backyard. You don't know where. You don't have anywhere to go to. Many people who have their own testimonials on how education destroyed them because of being denial of their calling. I'm emotionally not okay, but this is one topic that I've chosen. Which I'm going to talk about it. As low as I am, as not okay as I am. I was burying him on Friday. I've just watched one of the videos. He was one of the ceremony of the unveiling or so. Emotional, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I've lost, I'll say, one of my last pillars on earth. Somebody that really believed in me. Somebody that called me a week before he passed on to say, Bathini, ngifuna ulwele lweyamuzi othize ngoba yikhaya. Akuwona wakha nguphi lwamuzi, yikhaya. Ngifuna ukuthi amambatha ahlezi anekhaya. You know, if you are given such an assignment, by a person that trusts you wholeheartedly, and that person leaves just like that. He was old. He was not killed. He was old. He was old. 1924. That's a huge age. That's a huge age. But I thought ukuthi it's very important with le video ngiyenze. And again, I wanted to do it in isiZulu. But no. I wanted these educated, so it's educational. Now I'm not educated. Educated individuals to listen to it. Ukuthi, if you forget about your culture, you'll definitely not think about your calling. As soon as you forget about your culture, as soon as you have a problem about culture in general, then the calling, let's not talk about calling to you. Because when you have already decided what anything that has to do with culture, you're not going to do it. Because when you're educated, when you are a Christian, uNkulunkulu Jehovah muza ngaphakathi wena and everything. And guess what? Ancestors are government on its own, on their own. Whether you like it or not. Sarwa sendo to koko bathini bathi mavula kuvela emzini madoda Auntie Usha. I'm still the one number one locksmith. I have your keys. I have your keys. Let's open those doors. Let's open those opportunities. Let's make things to happen. Let's talk. Let's talk. If there were delays in some rituals, in some anything, let's sit down and talk and pave the way forward. The response I'm getting these days, people that we're no longer talking, people that when you meet them somewhere, you will think, okay, this guy or something. They came. Most of them, they came and say, but yes, I was losing hope, or I lost hope and everything, but things started happening. I went somewhere. I'll give you one testimony. There's a guy came yesterday, Bob came yesterday, Ucwabe, from Msing. Ucwabe ngiyabonga khehla lami. Ngiyabonga kakhulu ngokufika kwakho. Izolo kahle kahle benginabo ucwabe abaningi, but Ucwabe ngiyabonga. Umkhize came yesterday and said, Mbatha bese ngiqhashe ngisho inkabi. He went somewhere to consult. Luckily, he found somebody that did a good job. And that person said, into zakho ziyavuleka. La ogcine khona bawuphethe ngempela ukhiye wakho. Phindela khona noma linda njengoba bakutshenile. And I remember him sending me a WhatsApp athi Mbatha ngilinde isikhathi singakanani, ngathi give me 3 months. Wathi okay, that's it. That I respond okay, I'll share that messages soon on YouTube. And then he waited. It was within 3 months things started to happen. He didn't believe, because where he last went, they gave him something to say, so he thought that thing's working. Then they said, no, yes, it's working. So that whatever key that has been opened, we were giving you EQ20 wena, ukuthi ukuthambe ukhiye. But umuntu ophethe ukhiye ilawyer. Bakhoma mina salwazi endoda mavula kuvela emzini noma emadoda. Things are happening for him. Now, as broke as I am, I've returned him with 20,000 rand yesterday. I said, no. Don't thank me now. There's still things to be done. Because what you're telling me, it's like most of the things that are my promises. No, not now. Go back with it. Go do this and this and this. And he realized that 20,000 is going to help him. As broke as I am, I've returned it. And I'm proud of that. And things are going to happen to him. And I'm grateful. Oguti, he came. He was honest enough to come back and say, I was very angry and these are things that I was thinking. There's still more videos. I'm not going to take any break anymore. We're doing this. Tozan.